Hey guys, this is Jay coming at you from the future. What you're about to hear is a spoiler-free discussion of Anohana from our most recent episode where we talked about the show. If you would like to listen to our full spoiler-filled discussion, please go check out the full episode. Links will be in the description below or at the very end of the episode. But without further ado, enjoy the show and enjoy our discussion.
Anybody want to kick it off?
Let's start with, I know since we all love openings and endings here, let's talk about the OP.
I do like me a good OP. Yeah. And speaking of good OPs, Anohana's got a pretty good OP.
It does have a really good OP.
I'm going to be the dissenting voice. I thought it was just an okay OP.
Really?
I like the song, but yeah.
We discussed this OP on our OP episode way back when.
Mm-hmm. Episode 15, I think that was.
Yeah, and I gave it my extra point, my trap card point.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this OP. It's a nice one.
It's a really good OP. Song's really great. I think it really represents the show really well. And the characters and everything.
Yeah, they're all just kind of longing for the past.
Yeah,
you know?
and like I think like while I was watching that OP, like I like how the characters kind of appear. Like there's this like each of them are just kind of doing their thing, and then like the like quote unquote ghosts of their younger selves appear, and they kind of appear in a way where like how they are relative to like where they are now. So like for Jinta it'll be like in his room with him, and then like for Anado she'll be like behind like bars, kind of like how she's like sealed away from them kind of thing.
Whoa. I was not expecting such a detailed detailed thought about this. I was just expecting to come in and say, hey, it's good.
Yeah. Another cool thing I noticed about the OP is during the very first thing when it's like the white screen and all the young characters and then there's a flash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you pause when it flashes the first time, it actually, I'm pretty sure that it pauses like the background, the thing that fills in the character outlines is the part of the final scene. Like I think it's that backdrop. I could be wrong. And then when it flashes and it goes back to them as older selves, they actually have the flower in the middle replacing one of the characters, which I thought was a nice touch. It was a nice little touch there.
Yeah,
it's nice. And then that quick like 2-frame thing with like after they all disappear and then there's just the one there.
Yeah,
trying to be well. It's the OP. I mean, yeah, the one character.
It's
is
also
there by
like
herself.
the main, like it's the main focus
thing
of the
show.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a spoiler to say what happens in episode 1.
No,
Yeah.
I think everybody knows. Yeah, that she's a ghost.
A ghost. Yeah.
I like how is it spoilers to talk about episode 1? Can
No.
I get into that? Okay.
I think that's as far as you can go.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you don't want to know anything about this show, just tune out now and then come back when we're done. But we're going to just basically consider episode 1. You need to talk about it because it's part of the setup of the show.
Yeah.
I like how at the beginning of the show, like it kind of is kind of vague on what she is, like whether she's like actually a ghost or like just a figment of his imagination.
Yeah, I
due to
like that they
stress
kind
and trauma.
of they left it for quite a while like that too, and I like that.
And like the way the show is like framed and shot, like she kind of like is obscured from like other people's vision, so like it's very good visual foreshadowing on what she is.
Any more thoughts on the OP really?
No.
I think we pretty much covered it all, eh?
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about the ending of the ED, not the ending of the show, but the ending song?
Did you guys listen to the song I sent you for after it ended, or for after
the
you
10-year?
Yeah.
Well, the 10-year after one was just one of the EDs.
Yeah, that's just the ED.
Yeah.
It's just the full version.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
but
song.
like they use that for one of the EDs in the show.
Yeah.
Isn't it the last one?
They use it throughout various episodes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's on a few of them where it'll specify.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The ED was fine.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty just generic. Okay. Yeah.
I thought it was a
It's
good
basically
song.
it's a good. They both are good songs, but yeah, it's pretty much just like, okay, here's the characters and here's a nice song and some credits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. EDs for me never really like get me going. You know.
Yeah.
As
Point of an OP,
sometimes they do.
Like, the point of each are kind of different. The point of the ED is to kind of like it's kind of like a cool down from from the episode,
show.
and kind of like a like get ready, like stay tuned for next week kind of thing. Whereas the OP's like, okay, get ready, like this is the show, let's go.
Yeah, the ED itself to me just kind of like felt like a Toradora one.
Yeah,
it's like, look at the girls are doing their own thing here.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, cool.
It's a pretty good one just to have this. I watched this on Netflix, and the Netflix auto skip pretty much comes in right away, and this was one that I definitely utilized that feature on for the ED.
I did not. I legitimately, every time that came up, I was like, are you kidding me? No, I am listening to Secret Base because it is a good song.
It's like Netflix asking if you want to auto skip Cruel Angel's Thesis.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about the ED.
No, I know, but they always like recommend skipping the OPs.
Yeah, the OPs. Yeah, I'll skip them once in a while, which I know is sacrilege to some. But
you know what, Mike? Though, like going back to the OP, I skipped the OP a few times on this one.
I did too.
What?
I think I skipped this one half the time.
Excuse me.
I was like, I get it. I get it. I like the OP, but I'm like, I don't need to see it every 20 minutes.
Here's my thing about it. I don't need to see it every 20 minutes, and by skipping it over the course of a 12 episode show, you get an extra episode of watching.
Mm-hmm. My thing with OPs is just like, okay, I'll watch it once or twice, maybe 3 times, and then after that, I'm like, okay, now I can skip it. Like, I just need it to kind of get me into the mood. Yeah, I don't need to watch it every time.
I guess I'm the outlier here because I'm the one that watches the OP every single time.
Unless it's like an absolute banger. And this one's good, but it's not like it's not even Galleon.
It's not Kaguya-sama. Like, I don't think I've ever skipped a Kaguya-sama OP. But this is not the OP podcast. I'll let Jay finish his thought before we move on.
Here's the thing about the OP. It's like I wouldn't say like it's a banger. This is my last thought on the OP before we move on to other stuff. But I think that like I wouldn't say the OP is a banger. It's a lot more of an emotional song.
I like it though. It's a good song.
Yeah, I like the song itself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. The OP is good. The song is very good.
Yes, that's how I feel too. Now, how do you guys feel about sound as a whole in the show? Did you guys anything stand out to you guys in that or anything? One thing stood out to me, and I don't know. This might be a good time to mention that I watched this dubbed. Did you guys watch this subbed?
Oh, I watched it. Was actually wondering if any of us watched it dubbed, and I'm glad you did because
I was considering going back and forth between the two, but then I realized that there was a certain voice actress in it, and I was like, I can't.
Same.
I can't let her not be the voice for this character.
Same.
Who is that? Just out of curiosity.
Jay?
Sayori Hayami as what's her name?
Menma?
No.
Tsurumi?
As Tsurumi, yes.
Oh, okay. That's Ponytail Girl? Or Twin Tails?
No, glasses.
That's
Glasses
Girl.
Glasses Girl.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I feel like you guys, let's not get too deep into this, but I feel like you guys would unite in the fact that you both probably like her.
She's played by is she the one that's played by Erica Mendez? I know she's in this show.
Erica Mendez?
I don't know voice. I don't know voice actor. I don't know actors at all.
Sorry. I'm just hold on. I'll look.
The girl that plays Megumin in the dub of Konosuba.
I don't know at all. The one thing that stood out to me, I don't know.
Erica Mendez is Tsurumi.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
There we go. Yeah, her voice actor is really good. Honestly, all of the voice acting in this one in the dub was really good, and it sounds like you guys agree with the sub.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Some things that I noticed here, I watch on I have a surround sound system and stuff.
Okay.
In this one, they mix dubs in 5.1 a lot of the time, whereas subs are always pretty much just stereo.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed in this one, every time that they brought up, what's the main character's name? Ginta or whatever.
Ginta?
Ginta, yeah. Whenever Ginta, his inner monologue comes out, they boost the volume so much on it. Like his own thoughts are overpowering everything else that's going on around him.
Interesting.
And then like it comes dead center out of everything, where else everybody else talking is like actually in kind of surround sound a little bit. But then
wherever they are in the scene.
Yeah, but then his thoughts are always like the loudest thing and the absolute center of everything in the show at like whenever they come out. You know what I mean?
I
thought that was like a nice
kind of makes
touch.
sense.
Yeah,
yeah. Sayori
Hayami.
Tough time with her performance in this one was probably the least Sayori performance.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't know it was her unless you look it up.
Oh, it was funny. It's funny you say that. Like, I heard her voice, and like, immediately I was like, is that Sayori Hayami? So like, I looked it up, and I'm like, oh my god, it is. And in my notes here for the show, I literally have in all caps, Sayori Hayami.
But like, I would be more hyped if it was my girl Kana Hanazawa, but Sayori's is a close second for sure.
Best Seiyu.
Second best Seiyu.
No. You don't understand. Sayori Hayami, best Seiyu.
But in this one, I would give her credit for not playing the same voice that she does on everything.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't sound like herself, which is nice.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah. And I mean, of course, everyone else was good. I don't mean to just kind of focus on the one. Because, I mean, the voice actress for, what's her name? The other girl.
Anju. Anju, yeah.
Yeah, she was really good. I mean, she was able to be emotional and everything. Jesus, I'm awful. Menma. Menma was good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe a little one note until, like, the end of the series.
Are we talking like just her voice actor or like the?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, just voice actress in general.
I liked how she like her voice sounded like she was still a kid because she still technically.
Well, yeah, she just always sounded like a cute anime
which like
girl.
she is she still does have the mentality of a kid because she never lived past her childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
I think at this point, are we all any more thoughts on sound design in the show or anything that stood out?
No.
Voice actors, yeah.
Yeah, the voice acting was all good. And I'm happy that the dubs were good too.
Yeah, I think that the backing music, like honestly, there's nothing really worth noting about the about the soundtrack.
I would say
just kind of like it sounded serviceable.
It did a good job of using the soundtrack to kind of like boost the dramatic scenes, I would say. Like anytime anything like was happening that was pretty dramatic, it was not overly obvious, but like it definitely was there. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes they'll put like the dramatic music in and you're like, oh, okay, this is a little too on the nose. But it does a good job in this show of doing it.
And that's how a soundtrack should be, right? It should just be there like air.
Yeah.
That's the way that I think about it. Like you shouldn't notice it, but it should be helping to propel a certain feeling.
Like if it's not there,
ambient.
You'd rather notice that it's not there than if it is, kind of thing.
Yeah, it should be in service to the story. There is one thing that I did want to bring up specifically, and that was the character design to it. Because when I watched the show, I'm like, this show looks specifically like an awful lot like one of my favorite anime, Toradora. Does anybody else get that?
Yeah, it definitely has a similar look to it.
Especially
with Twin Tails. Twin Tails gave me lots of what's her name vibes.
Because the characters, like especially the girl characters, big eyes, which I mean is standard anime, but I mean like specifically big eyes, and the hair was like, I have a difficult time describing it, but the hair is like soft,
like it's kind of
way it's
frizzy
shaped,
and yeah.
And the reason for that is the character designer, Masayoshi Tanaka, is the character designer to both shows.
Oh, there you go. That explains it.
Yeah.
Let's
he is also
that to transition to talking about the visuals and character design of the show.
Yes. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was really great. Like they, this is an anime original, so there's no source material to base anything off of. So it was just kind of created from scratch, and like they all look, they all look really good. I like, just like I guess this is a bit more character, but I like just like how Jinta's clothes are like a bit like baggier and like not really like I don't want to say
you keep calling him Jinta, isn't it? Jintan?
That's the nickname that they gave him.
Jintan!
Yeah, Jintan.
Yeah, that's his nickname, but his
No, I know.
Anyway, regardless.
I refuse to call him anything but that, though.
Yeah, he's Jintan.
Okay, I'll refer to him as Jintan from now on.
Thank you. We're his friend. We're his friend now.
True.
Yeah.
We are friends.
G-Ton.
We're all friends.
G-Ton is so cool.
Nobody calls Meiko Hanma anything other than Menma.
The Menma. Yeah, that is
exactly.
true. Yeah.
I think her mom calls her Meiko. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Who cares?
Who cares who her mom is?
I thought this show was very well animated too. Like everything was very smooth and fluid. Like it looked really nice.
Yeah.
There's one specific scene that I want to talk about in terms of animation, but it is spoilers. So yeah.
I think I know what scene you're talking about.
Yeah. We'll save like that for later, and then we'll just kind of talk more about general art, I think, for now.
Yeah.
Like there's really I don't think a ton to say about it, but
I mean, it's not an action anime, so like I mean, we're not talking about like fight scenes or anything like that, but very good character animation.
Yeah.
Like,
there was that scene
facial animation, just like body movements and stuff like that. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if some of this was rotoscoped.
I could see that. Especially like a lot of there's like quite a few running scenes in it that kind of just looking at them, they look kind of like pretty real.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say it wouldn't be a stretch to call this show pretty. You know what I mean?
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But pretty in like the purest anime sense. Like it's not as pretty as like something like
Violet Evergarden
or
Demon Slayer,
Your Name or something like that.
It's not like wow, that's pretty, but you're looking at it like that looks nice. Like
it's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. That's a good way to
like the
talk
bridge
about it.
looks really good, you know? Like
the backgrounds are really good in the show too. I was looking and I didn't see anything that was like kind of half-assed, you know what I mean? Like everything
totally.
It kind of looked like they just did everything really well, but nothing like amazing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's kind of the like it all felt serviceable. Was the kind of thing that I felt like it was good, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Are you guys ready to get into the plot and characters, which will be spoiler territory?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's just before we get into it, maybe we should just kind of say, do we recommend the show to people?
Maybe we'll start I'm thinking of ways to like. This is gonna be a recurring segment, right? So let's think of ways that we can keep this going. Let's say thumbs up or thumbs down. Do you recommend this show to anyone who watches anime?
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Yeah. I would recommend it. There's a reason why everybody always brings this one up as like one of the sad anime that you should watch.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily believe that per se, but I would say it's definitely worth your time in watching.
I completely agree with you, Cole. Thumbs up. Unless you're like, I only watch battle anime.
Well,
you're gonna be pretty bored watching this if you only watch like Black Clover and stuff like that. But if you're into kind of like more cerebral, kind of like
melancholic dramas,
emotional
drama
type, like if you're in for like something a little more emotional, then you're gonna like this.
Yeah, this would be if you liked something like Violet Evergarden,
a silent voice.
Yep, those are perfect recs.
This would be one of them for sure.
And if you watch this and haven't watched those, you should go watch those.
Yeah,
and also Fruits Basket is kind of in the same vibe too, but different but same vibe. I'd say.
Yeah, same vibe.
Yeah,
same
definitely.
vibe.